more Danganronpa, and I assure you, this woman whose face is covered in suspicious light liquid is completely innocent. Of that, she may have committed murder. We don't know who committed murder. In fact, there's more than one murder. This is a rather grim series of events we find ourselves in. I haven't got a clue. There's several twists and turns this trial could take. We have to find them out.
Stop it.
Cry later. Yes, indeed.
Because.
Crying won't bring Tenko back, and if we don't investigate thoroughly, we will die too.
Okay.
I need to find the truth and pin down the culprit for Tenko, for all of us.
I guess.
You're right, Tenko would want us to figure it out so she'd have no regrets. It continues to baffle me that this person is still alive. I know I jokingly refer to them as Meg Turney all the time, and I don't know her actual name, even though it's written on the screen. But how she has survived when she's so not as interesting as everybody else. It baffles me that she's hung on this long. Longer than so many other more interesting characters. But anyway. Shall we examine the body then? If we hadn't already? I think I might have. I can't remember. 'Twas long ago and far away. Tenko's dead body shook her last breath crouched over like this, and was somehow stabbed in the back of the neck. Are we still investigating? I thought we knew Kyo killed Angie with his sword, then Himiko killed Tenko by messing up the scene. Pretty sure that is not the series of events. Gonna go ahead and assume that is not how that played out. According to Monokuma file, her only injury is a stab wound to the neck. Honestly, I have no idea how this could have been done. Everyone in this room is suspicious because the lights were out and we would have seen somebody else come in. And I don't know how, even if like the floorboard was moved so someone came from underneath, I don't know how they would have gotten the back of her neck that way. That seems unlikely at best. When it was fatal, this must have caused instant death. I didn't hear a scream during the seance. Wait. I did hear that noise. I won't say a word until the seance is over. You're right, Kaede's ghost killed Angie. Yes, of course. Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut despite the pain? Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. What do you mean?
What's the point?
You were concerned about that, right?
Okay.
With a wound this deep, the victim is too shocked to do anything except die. You're speaking from experience.
obvious.
Of course, quick deaths are my speciality. Well then, that
By
makes
the way.
sense. What was she killed with? I don't see the murder weapon around. Yeah, I don't see an obvious murder weapon. That could be a clue. Poor Tenko. I do kind of, as much as I didn't care for Tenko, I was starting to feel better. Like, I was warming up to her, and now she's dead, so great. Floorboard is loose, the one right under Tenko. Why is this floorboard
If I
loose?
remember correctly.
It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the
Why?
seance. Why would it come loose during the seance? Floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. Someone must have loosened it on purpose. It will be interesting if we have to deal with, like, Tenko's murderer, who we can't blacken and therefore isn't on trial. That would be interesting. The rock, I suppose? There's a rock next to Tenko's body. This must be... Please rest your forehead upon this stone marker. I've placed it here. Now, the obvious assumption would be that since he knew where her head was, he's an obvious suspect. However, the book did sort of say we needed a stone for the person to rest their head on, so it's not like he just made that up so he would know where her head was. The stone I brought from the courtyard, are you sure it will work? Certainly, it's merely needed as a marker for the forehead to rest upon. Like this? Then again, I suppose anyone who read the book would have known that her forehead would be there. Tenko had her forehead on this rock hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. Marker stone's been added. Blood? No. The cage, yes. This cage is used in the seance.
Is this?
Looks like it would be around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. Or after killing Ryoma with her magic show in Chapter 2, Himiko... She didn't do that. Killed Angie, probably not. And Tenko, the murderous feed. I wonder who's next on our list. Hopefully it's Suichi. I thought we established she was not the one who killed Ryoma.
Okay.
Big enough for a person to fit inside. Where was the blood on the cage? During a seance, we covered her. It was supposed to remove it as well. But Himiko rushed in to remove the cage first.
Hey,
Look at this.
is this...
A blood stain on the bottom of the cage, probably Tenko's blood.
That's true.
I imagine the splatter must have been made when she was
What do you
killed.
mean?
Oh, you missed that. Yes, naturally. Which means Tenko was killed while she was inside the
Okay.
cage. I think you're right, Tenko went under the cage before the seance. And she seemed to be doing fine. When the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead. Okay, so based on the floor being moved... I suppose someone could have been under the floor while she was there, like gone up, stabbed her in the back of the neck, and then scuttled away, unable to move the board back into place, I guess. That's possible.
Then...
If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain the blood stain. Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted. That is a possibility. Killed the moment the cage was lifted. Really? Is that... Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted. Only one person is strong enough to move 4 boards with Tenko on it. Gonta, I see you. Maybe. Maybe. I don't think he'd fit under the floor, though. Real catch-22, that one. The moment the cage was lifted... But then the cage would have to have something on it that clearly stabbed her in the neck, right? Like... I don't see how that could work. Like, I can see something being attached to the cage as you pick it up and it's pulled from the neck, but there's nothing on the cage that could do that. Oh, but why do we care? I thought Tenko's death didn't matter. I mean, if it's the same person who did both of them, it does matter. We need to determine that, certainly. Alright, who was in the room with me? You were.
Hey!
Himiko, be strong, Himiko. Gonta, if you shake Himiko, she's going to break. It's true, that's how that works. She's not talking, it's like Himiko's not even here. Must have been really shocked over Tenko. Let's leave her be for now, okay. Himiko. You were here, what the fuck happened?
That cannot be.
Why did this...
I knew it.
Kyo, I know the murder was pretty shocking.
Of
Of course, I'm shocked about that as well, but why did the seance fail? We performed all the steps flawlessly. Well, if it was a dead body you were trying to use... Seems more concerned by that than the murder.
Yes.
Oh, if we perform the cage trial again and summon Tenko's spirit... Cut the crap, just tell me what happened during the seance. Both you and Suichi were present. Did she get killed during the
see,
seance?
yes.
True, it may be best to move past what happened to know why the seance failed.
So,
Just hurry up. At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko, the spirit medium, position herself as a turtle within the magic circle so her head touched the marker's stone. Then Suichi and Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. Yeah, there's enough room for somebody to take a weapon and jam it in the back of her, but the cage isn't, you know, the most... There's not a lot of room to, like, pop up underneath her is the problem. Let's just stay out again, but with Suichi as the spirit medium. Oh, you. All 4 of us placed the wooden statue of the dog on top of the cage. It was feckin' heavy. So is the... Oh, something just occurred to me. Well, I don't know how the wooden board would play into this, but maybe the statue has, like, something in the bottom of it? Afterwards, we stood in 4 corners of the room. Kokichi and Suichi blew out the candles. It's possible there's, like... I need to look at that dog statue. Finally, we all sang the Cage Child song. The seance should have been completed, but now you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during that song. That strange sound was Himiko singing. She's fucking tone deaf, I tells you. Oh yeah, also a thunk. But, you know, Himiko. Ahem. Himiko stepped on the damn circle. She did. Himiko ruined the circle, absolutely. It's a mystery to me as well. I thought someone may have tripped, perhaps. That was pretty loud for someone tripping. Perhaps Kiyo knows
what do
something.
you mean?
Then what happened?
Yes.
We called out to her, but no reply came. I had Suichi and Kokichi relight the candles. There'd be a hole in the cloth, though, if that's how it happened. We removed all the items from within the magic circle in the opposite order. First, all four of us removed the dog statue, and I took the white cloth off, and then Himiko ran over the cage the moment she lifted it. Then Himiko messed up the seance. Again, it was already messed up at that point. I don't think you could mess it up. Once it's ruined, you can't... Like, you could make it a bit more ruined, but it's still ruined. Ruining it at that point's pointless. Sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance. It would not be difficult in such... Would it not be difficult in such darkness? Besides, she was in a cage, yes? Then when was she killed? That is a problem.
Yes.
There's another problem. That is, why did the seance fail? I can't figure it out. Maybe someone moved from their corner? Did someone else sneak in
What's
here?
the point?
Obviously, since the seance was clearly a sham. Maki never was one to pull her punches. I mean, if somebody snuck in, or if somebody else was in here, like maybe in the statue? I gotta look at this statue now. Wooden dog statue used in the seance, I believe it's called the Dog God. What a palindrome. My favorite palindrome. During the seance, the wooden statue was on top of the cage. Took 4 of us to remove it. Wooden statue is pretty heavy.
If I remember correctly...
Kyo said it weighed about 175 pounds. It's about the weight of 2 girls. What do you know about girls? Who ever touched a woman besides your mother? Oh, damn. What?
I'm kidding.
Anyway.
Is this...
This heavy thing was on top of the cage, then Tenko wouldn't have been able to get out easily.
okay.
Yeah, you're right about that. Got him! She sure did. That didn't sound like you were kidding either. Ahem. Dog statue. Okay. Sheet got any holes in it that would sort of blow this case wide open? Stupid phone. This was placed on top of the cage. Kyo was the one who removed it.
Is this...
Cloth is pretty thick. Similar to a window curtain, but completely opaque, and on the back, there's a blood stain right around the middle of the sheet. Well, there's no holes in it then. Maki's solid partner. Indeed. Best partner so far. In all the games, I mean. There's no hole in the fabric, which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through the cloth. She was stabbed while underneath the cloth. Yes. Who else was here? Yeah, you were. What do you remember?
Oh, man.
What a lame function. You should have made him like a transformer or something. Oh, right, the fucking flashlight eyes. God, is this everybody? Is this really the cast that we have left? Oh god, it is, isn't it? Kaito. Okay, yeah, Kaito's somewhere, but other than that, this is really what we got. This is not who I was expecting to see here at the end. Lost a lot of good people. Alright, ruined Magic Circle. Magic Circle Kyo drew on the floor, at least it was. It's completely stomped over. I suppose it was unavoidable. Was this drawn with salt? Whenever I perform a seance, I always use salt. Are you feeling alright? You sound ridiculous. I perform many successful seances. Why, I've even had spirits enter my butt. Shut up, I don't want to hear about your stupid delusions. She really doesn't beat around the bush. It's kind of refreshing. I know, she's...
But...
I'm loving her more and more. In any case, with all these footprints, I can't make out the original circle.
So what?
We'll find out in Kyo's lab. It should be written in the Cage Dog Village documents. Isn't that right, Kyo? He seems depressed. I suppose that makes sense. Alright, so what? We need to go and check the documents now? Okay, no. What haven't I looked at? I guess I could try talking to Maki.
Well...
These floorboards seem a little unstable to you. They're tough to walk on. Floorboards aren't nailed down. They're just laying on top of cross pieces. That's what Gonta told me. That's probably the reason they're a little unstable. They've only been laid on top. That's why they're unstable. The boards are fairly thick and sturdy. I can't imagine they'd come loose easily. But if someone wanted to remove a floorboard, they could easily do so. Yes, I suppose. Doubtful that was it. I didn't get any truth bullets or anything. Gonta, do you have anything to add here?
Why?
First Angie, then
How can
Tenko!
this be?
Gonta's so ashamed. Why Gonta no protect friends? Well, that was enlightening. Candles? Candles hung on the wall. They're the only source of light in the room. There's no windows, so the candles, it was pitch black. How'd the culprit kill Tenko in complete darkness? The investigation? Are you combining masturbation and investigation? Because that's a stretch, even for you. Is over and shut. It's all thanks to me for giving Kibo his new function. Now then, Cunt Fu's killer is obviously... Cunt Fu? Really? Again, that's terrible. What an awful I mean, I can't even say got him. That was just awful. One of you stupid assholes who signed up to do bullshit seance in the first place. Not necessarily. The seance is clearly set up to lure in here and kill her. How could somebody who wasn't in the room kill her? You believe that Tenko was killed during the seance? There's no other possibility, Shipper Brains. God, don't you even know that? Tenko were alive before the seance began. At this point, there's no return. Tenko, after this point, you mustn't speak. Next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. I understand. I will not say a word until the seance is over. I guess it's possible she could have died before we started chanting. Suichi, when else could she have been killed? I mean, like, before we started chanting, it's possible she was already dead by that point. When she was no longer speaking. Tenko answered Kyo, so at that point she was most certainly alive. But when they... I just had a bit of an awful thought there. We know someone who can see in the dark and repeat voices. That would not be, uh-oh. I mean, light probably would have come from the floor, and he was miffed about the whole thing. I don't know. I suddenly had a bad thought that it might be Kibo. What time exactly was Tenko killed after the candles were blown out? Although, Kibo was on the student council as well. He might have killed Angie. That may be an important point in this case. Body still need investigating? I get everything here. I got that. I got her, obviously. I got the cage. No, I got everything there. Is that everything? Nope. What the hell am I missing? Oh, I guess Kibo.
Leave it to me.
I'll be the guiding light that shines on you. Nope. Okay. Great. Fucking fantastic. The other candle? I don't know. Hung on the wall. Darkness. Yeah, no. Like, Kibo's lit up over here. Like, he'd be something interesting, because no one else is lit up, but it's not doing anything. The rock near Tenko? No, I looked at that already. They said it was just like the marker. Yeah, rock, hunched over, cage. Yeah, that's it. Anything else to add, Maki? 4 boards laid on top.
Okay.
Easy, suppose. No. You ready to talk to us, Himika? Nope. Okay. Anything else in the circle? I did the sheet. I did the dog statue. Is there something separate in the corner behind Maki? Oh! Well, I'll be damned. I never would have found that in 10,000 years. Thanks, 7-9. A small opening in the corner of the room. Doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still. A hole. Looks like space under. Hold on. I can see something below. Looks like something dropped down here. Something dropped? Was something dropped from here? Well, what is it? Okay, thank you. After we check everywhere else, why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves? Right, let's do that. It's pretty dark down there. What should we use for light? Let's bring a candle. With Kibo's light from up here, it should be fine. I'll grab a candle, remove the floorboard so we can go down. Pulled off the floorboards near the hole and took the candle from Maki. Carefully made our way through the hole under the floor. Yep, that sounds about right, or looks about right. Although, a very noticeable bit of the crossbeam missing there. A lot more spacious than I thought. You could easily move on all fours. Excuse me. Let's go around for clues. look pretty stupid if we found no clues after crawling around this dusty place. Yeah. Well, we got dried blood here. That's interesting. Bloodstain on the ground. But it's pretty far from Tenko's blood is dripping down. It's just under the same floorboard at different ends. Why is there blood here?
Hey.
The back of the floorboard has blood on it too. Right? A little bit of blood on the underside of this
What do you
floorboard. Tenko's blood splatter when she got killed. I wonder, I can't really be sure yet.
Okay.
And these blood stains here are completely dry. Must be some reason these particular stains are dry. Interesting. Floorboards. The actual stain. Blood dripping from the gaps in the floorboards. Fresh blood, definitely Tenko's. There we go. Cut crosspiece. Part of the crosspiece that supports the floorboard is cut. It's near the loose floorboard with no portion missing. It's the same width. And from what I can see of it,
That's true.
it wasn't broken off naturally. This was cut by someone else. There should be saws in the warehouse. They could have used that. Question is why? When, more importantly. Another crosspiece supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall in this position is missing. So what purpose did this serve? Floorboard under Tenko's body is loose, and the crosspiece supporting it has been taken out. If Culprit did all this, then why? That is interesting. Huh. Probably at nighttime. All sorts of bad things happen at nighttime. Yes, maybe. Got our camp. What is this? What have we here? Some of the wood is corroded and broken, so you can see into the next room. This is the wall of empty rooms, right? It looks like the wall underneath here, part of it's rotted away. It looks like natural rot. Hole wasn't made intentional. But I can go into the next room through here. Next room is also empty. Culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under here instead of using the hallway. True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did all right because we had a light. Without that, it'd be pitch black. Might make it impossible to move around in there. Then they could have used a light like we're doing right now. True. Used a light to move around under the floor. Is that possible? And, a sickle. We have the weapon. It's a sickle here. There's blood all over it. Blood from the sickle is fresh. This is the murder weapon.
Is this?
This came from my research lab. It did.
No.
Sickle can be used to assassinate a target. It can be thrown without losing any lethality, and you can hide it under your clothes too. Can you? I mean, it also, I don't think it can be thrown without losing lethality. What if the handle hits me? Oh, sorry. Probably not, yeah. Kyo killed Angie and Maki killed Tenko. Right. So with the sickle, they reached up and just pierced and then brought it back down. I guess that could have worked.
Well.
And then she was attacked with it. She wouldn't stand a chance. The blade's about 6 inches. Since Tenko was in the cage, she wouldn't have been able to defend herself. If this is our murder weapon, how'd the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? Blade couldn't fit through the gaps in the cage, but it could reach her neck.
That's true.
Cage were 3 feet high, so if you were to stab her with a 6-inch blade, that would depend on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's impossible. Their posture is the question. Weapons down here, culprit must have thrown it away, right?
True.
Perhaps killing Tenko, the culprit threw a sickle under the floor in the dark. Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is a possibility. We finished investigating here.
Is that all right?
Want to head back up? Glad you asked. I'm starting to get fed up with all the dust. It's their weapons. Foolproof. Yeah, no, I think you're overestimating Fool in that case. After Maki and I crawled from the back of the floor, back from under the floor, we put the floorboards back and returned to our investigation.
By the way,
We've only been investigating this room. You sure that's wise? What do you mean?
Because-
Angie and Tenko have different killers, and the blackened we need to vote for
You're right.
is the culprit of the first murder, the culprit who killed Angie. That's what Monokuma said. Instead of investigating Tenko's death, shouldn't we be investigating Angie's?
okay.
Yes, of course.
But
But this is bigger than a killing game. For the sake of those who died, I need to reveal the truth of both their deaths. I understand why you feel that way, but if you plan on investigating the other crime scene again, we should probably hurry. Suppose so. So do me a favor. When I came to the hallway, a scene more surprising. Is there another dead body, for God's sakes? Jesus Christ! What is with this place?
It's alive!
Oh my God. Goddamn gremlin.
Huh? Oh?
Sorry, I'm just a little lightheaded from the blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood. What are you doing? I'm not curious about something. I decided to search the empty room next door. Then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard. Stepped through the floorboard? Yeah, that got me good, because I tripped and fell pretty hard.
Got a minute?
If you're going to lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything. Ah, my bad. Guess there's no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kind of stepped through it. What bad luck. Crosspiece is gone. Does that mean... That's it, huh?
Huh?
Trial time?
Confidence. Killing game fans, hold your head high. And baseball, soccer, mobile games. The killing game just can't be. Behold, students.
So, is the trial starting, or what? I guess time's up. Oh, it's because you guys, I didn't have enough time to check something. What were we trying to check?
See?
I wanted to re-research the seance, so I brought the document with me, but unfortunately... I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. I mean, I don't remember the seance circle exactly, but that is more or less what he drew. I remember it was a circle with a pathway to the middle there. Kyo perfectly recreated the seance as what was written in the documents. He drew the magic circle the exact same as in the picture. Not only that, he used the same exact tools, nothing suspicious about the whole thing. I want to check the finer details, but I'll tell you about that later. Alright, good to know. At the class trial, so see you there. You need like a juice or something? He's not doing so hot. Let's go too, I guess. Is Maki nervous? I see, so even she gets nervous sometimes. What are you staring at? Do you want to die? Right, yeah, sure, anyway. Guess it's on to the class trial. Good thing I gave him that immortality drink. That might have killed him otherwise. Obviously, you know, he could still get hurt just because he's, you know, immortal, but, you know. It's all entirely possible. God, who is this killer? Or killers? This is new. The two deaths seem entirely unrelated to each other. Well, I mean, obviously, the seance for Angie. Dark Flame, what's up? A seance for Angie is what triggered sort of the next death, but at the same time, it doesn't seem like... I don't feel like these two were planned. It wasn't like, oh, I'll kill this person, and then when they're performing a seance, I'll kill another person. Ha 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 ha! That just doesn't seem likely, per se. Perfect time to take a drink of water. Not then, I suppose. Alright, that's not... There we go. Could've just put the water down. Alright, Monokuma, let's get this trial underway. Cast has really shrunk. It would appear we've all gathered, but it seems there are less and less of us. Less friends means much harder to solve mystery. Don't worry, I'm sure you've gotten a little smarter by now, Gonta. Gonta do his best to help. If you want to graduate from super idiot level to at least Kaito idiot level. What's that supposed to mean?
Okay?
More importantly, are you okay, Kaito? I'm curious if you heard about Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne Remaster release date. Can't say I have. The only thing I've really kept up with on release dates is Pokemon Snap, which I want to play on stream, and No More Heroes 3. Those are really the only things I have interest in that are coming out in any sort of capacity. Feeling better now, but wow, Maki Roll sure does pack a punch. It's your fault. You don't need to worry about our dwindling numbers. Only dipshits have died so far. That's really not fair to them.
That being said,
I know it's a tall order, but try and use your brains this time, so I don't have to use mine.
Booyah!
These golden brain cells of mine are a gift to the entire world. May 25th. Nice. What's it getting released to? As I thought, every time you open your mouth, you become less
rest in
likable.
peace.
Atua, please lend us your power. It may be difficult for us to rely on Atua, considering what happened to Angie, whom Atua loved most of all.
Well, you know.
Shouldn't have relied on Tua in the first place. But seriously, it's kind of funny seeing a robot believe in God, especially at
also-
Tua. So what? Robots can believe in God.
Indeed.
Actually, before I even met Angie, I had a similar experience, hearing voices, I mean. You might call it an inner voice. It tells me what to do whenever I'm in trouble.
Got a minute?
How long are you going to say that for? Tua and Ghosts don't matter right now.
Jeez.
Switch, Steam, and PS4. Really? Not PS5? Weird. I might play it. I might see what the Shimigami Tensei series is all about. I played the fourth one on DS. I think it was Shimigami Tensei 4. But that's the only one I played. It was alright.
Huh?
His
That's
trap.
right.
Well, 3DS, I said. Probably made the fourth floor so scary on purpose to prevent me from
Right
investigating.
already.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way. It is nice, though, that Atlas has finally, like, started releasing their games on, Steam. I feel like they kind of released Persona 4, but, like, they didn't render higher or upscale any of the models. They just kind of dumped the Vita version on there and assumed that it would make them some extra dosh, but weren't really expecting anything. And then everyone bought it and everyone played it, and they're like, oh, damn, there's actually some money to be made doing this computer business. So they're more inclined to release things on Steam now.
Hey, so...
So hey, we might get some decent Atlas games on Steam finally.
Huh?
What should I say? Well, God, this is... Yeah, this is a dwindling cast. This is not at all who I thought would still be around by this point. Not even counting Kaede, who I thought was the protagonist and therefore would be around for a while. Karumi's gone. Ryoma's gone. Rontaro's gone, but I don't really care. Angie's gone. I don't know enough about Rontaro to care. 7-9 keeps saying he's his Bondo or whatever, but I barely know the guy. I know he paints nails, and that's about it. Got a shot put to the head. As usual, we walked towards the elevator in silence. As soon as we remaining survivors stepped on board. Fuck me. Most difficult sentence ever read, apparently. Words, yeah. Who needs them? We descended. Perhaps because there were fewer of us, the elevator seemed to move faster, and so we fell faster and faster downward into the black. Elevator stopped, and just like always, the doors parted slowly, and the light that shines on us from the other side, the bright light of our future, or is it?
Uh-oh.
Boy, they look really depressed. Must be because there's even less participants now. Don't say they look depressed to make Monodam sad. As much as I'd love to keep hearing this adorable back and forth, let's hurry up and get this started!
Extreme!
Class trial begin. I hope you enjoy it to your heart's content. The third class trial is about to begin. Angie Yanaga, the ultimate artist. She created the Ultimate Academy Student Council to try and prevent the killing game. Tenko Chabashira, the ultimate Aikido master. She hated men, but I knew that she hated this terrible killing game even more. I mean, weird way to remember her, but okay. Not wrong, per se. The two who were killed were both trying to stop the killing. And who was the one that killed them? Wow, it's only these two left on the first screen. Was it one person? Oh, everyone's left on this screen. One of these people has got to be the executed one, right? Just statistically speaking. Two different people. We need to pin down that trial. We need to pin that down in the class trial. In order to live, we have to find the truth. And I will fight for it. I'll fight the truth and lies in this class trial. Yes, I will save. Thank you for asking. Now saving. Alrighty. Okay, let's see the skills then. What have I got? I got 6 points to buy something with and plenty of slots. Jesus. Okay, so... Clear Mind. Increase the amount of letter cubes being acquired during Psychic Taxi. That might be good. More light. The keyword in the first speaker's argument is shown from the start. It's no fun. Kind of like figuring that one out. Reveals V points. No one cares. Neural liberation. I thought that said neo-libertarianism. I was like, what? Why is that a skill? Neural liberation makes more sense, actually. I could always save it. Focus gauge drains slower while concentrating. That would be great, actually. I'm going to save up for that one. So we're good. There we go. Let's begin the trial. In session.
Now then, let's begin with the basic
Blah,
during
blah,
the
blah.
vote correct. I'll punt also. Now, smart.
Sorry, everyone. I don't think I'm gonna be much help this time. Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
Darn, what a shame.
I can tell Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, spaceman.
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two weirdos.
I think Kokichi was on your side there, Kaito, but whatever.
Who did it?
Good question.
Who killed Angie and Tenko?
That, yes, is why we're here.
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment. There may be two killers.
Also possible.
So, our other culprit might not be one of us here.
Why are you talking like that?
Hmm? What do you mean?
The transfer student.
Ugh.
Maybe our resurrected
Just give it up.
Stop it! Stop making stuff up!
Say something, Shuichi.
Is it possible for a revived corpse to be the culprit? No. In the interest of being thorough, I should clear this up here. Jesus. Alright. Great. Wasn't there, like, a stupid thing in the first game I got real mad about as well? That I had to, like, disprove that it wasn't a ghost or something?
By the recently deceased.
Yeah, I think Hiro made this argument and I had a similar reaction.
Two of our classmates.
No!
So, ritual did work?
I mean, it
Who
didn't,
was
but...
resurrected, I wonder.
Necronomicon?
Angie did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back.
I mean, thank you. I'm hitting the button, please. So we killed the smart people and left with only Kyo, Maki, and Kokichi. What, in terms of smart people? Miu is smart. Book of the Necronomicon, motive, ritual, prayer and effigy, size of shape. After burn Necronomicon to ashes. Yeah, it didn't work, so... Use caution, be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning, sprinkle the ashes. It didn't work because we still have the book, obviously. Ashes are only good for one use? Right, so...
Yes. Rantaro was resurrected.
I mean, he
The
wasn't.
culprit is the late Rantaro Amami!
Or will it be the effigies hanging upside down? Or wax figures, Rantaro hung upside down.
Please, stop it!
Boy. The ultimate zombie. Boy, you got his number, didn't you? This isn't about believing and reviving, and you focus on the statements. Were all those statements correct?
This crime was committed by the recently deceased.
Well, I mean, do we actually have the Necronomicon? Or is it just a bullet point? I can't remember if we have that book still or not. Otherwise, it didn't work because it wasn't completed.
Killed two of our classmates.
No!
We found it in Angie's lab. Alright, well, that would be it then.
So, ritual...
There we go.
That's wrong!
Otherwise, I would have just used the Rantaro wax figure on Rantaro Came Back to
I
Life,
don't
because
think
clearly he
Angie's
didn't.
ritual succeeded.
The only reason Suichi knows what's in it is because Angie took it ASAP. Okay.
According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us, you have to burn the Necronomicon in the ritual.
Almost finished. I like that one. The insane eye on Monokuma is a nice touch. Use caution, carbon monoxide poisoning, sprinkle the ashes, etc., etc.
If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would have been gone.
So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Then, going to think Rantaro probably not culprit.
Gee.
Oh, I guess you're right.
What was it? I know it was Hiro in the first game, and I think it was, It was the Mukuru Ikasaba trial, I want to say. And I think it's because of the photos. He was like, I know it's one of you because I have the photos, or some bullshit like that. Kyoko being a ghost. Yeah, something like that. He assumed Kyoko was a ghost, and I had to prove she wasn't.
Well, duh. There's no way
That
a
sounds
dead person
right.
could resurrect.
We're doing Evil Dead, huh? Well, I mean, Evil Dead doesn't own the Necronomicon, per se.
Now hold on a second. I can't let that comment stand.
It is very Evil Dead, though. You aren't wrong.
Sure, everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life. But it's easy at the Ultimate Academy, as long as you use the Necronomicon.
What are you talking about? There's no way that's possible.
I mean, with the zombie and stuff. Maybe.
But it's true.
Evil
I
Dead doesn't own
never
zombies
lied
either,
about
I would say, but,
motives.
you know. Necronomicon plus zombies. Now you're looking a little bit Evil Dead.
Daddy said so, so he can't be wrong. Raising the dead is totally possible.
Man, I can't believe you guys wasted such a perfectly good motive. You should have let me use it to bring Monodum back to life.
Monodum is still alive, though.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste a resurrection on Monodum's corpse.
Well, we have the next person to die. Or the next bear to die, I guess.
This whole time?
Oh my god.
There's no way it's possible.
Okay, but it didn't happen. And even if it is possible, we have 2 more people we can use it on.
There's no way that could
Smart.
happen.
Shop smart. Shop
Monokuma
S smart.
is trying to confuse us.
S smart.
Let's hurry up and find out who the Blackened is.
This here is my boomstick. Shop smart. Shop S smart.
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of us.
Army of Darkness was great.
Who? Who did it?
It was absurd, but it was very fun. In terms of proper horror, I think the first one gets a bad rap. Like, it was obviously very cheaply made, but it did a fine job. The second one definitely leaned into the goofy stuff with, like, the whole house coming to life and him having to chainsaw his arm off and getting the chainsaw hand. That was... and the evil hand running around. That was all a bit silly.
Step aside, Half Pint. I'll handle this. I don't know about Tenko.
You would knock me on the
Pretty
same
fucking
wavelength.
sure Kyo murdered Angie.
Okay, well, 7-9's got Miyu's number.
What? Why?
Don't play dumb with me, creep show. I already know what happened.
Alright, let's hear it. Trial just started. Nothing major, though. We proved it wasn't a zombie.
The culprit used a katana to kill
Front door,
Angie.
back door, lock
And
picking.
it was found in Kyo's research.
What's Meg Turney's account? Angie locked herself in the Ultimate Lab. She would not unlock the door unless somebody from the Student Council asked her to, which Kyo wasn't on, obviously. Okay.
Lab.
Peachy almost
makes
died, but
you,
thankfully he's
Kyo,
immortal.
automatically
Right, of course.
suspicious.
That happened
But
as
anyone
well.
could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some katana.
I think
Just
you
admit
did.
it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the
Cool
classroom,
animation
broke
there.
in,
Oh, there it is.
and murdered the fuck out of Angie.
Broke
Yeah,
in.
I'm a fucking cheat.
So there were no signs of forced entry, right? Syndraco lock, swallowed the key. Before Angie's body was found, the door was locked. Kishi opened it by picking the lock. And the back door is sliding lock. Angie's body was found. Handle sliding lock moves. Something golden shiny was on the handle. Trial just started. Didn't miss much then. I mean, I don't think it... I think the reason, or what we have to prove here, was that there wasn't forced entry, but I don't know which door I would shoot that
The
with.
culprit used a katana to kill Angie.
Maybe it's the lockpicking,
And it
even.
was found in Kyo's research
Hell,
lab,
it could honestly be any of these,
which
honestly.
makes you,
I think the
Kyo,
lockpicking is the
automatically
most likely.
suspicious.
Miyu
But
solved it.
anyone could
Nah,
have taken
nah,
that
she didn't.
katana.
Every time.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom, broke in.
Wait, shit. Nope, damn it. Alright. I'm just gonna try everything on broke in, because I don't know what it could be against that. It could honestly be any one of those.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie.
And
And it was found in Kyo's
front
research lab.
door?
Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could.
The fast-forwarded dialogue is definitely... I'm, like, very easily amused by it. I fully admit that. Nope. God damn it.
Oh no!
Alright, Meg Turney's account? I don't know.
Used a katana to kill Angie.
Because again, it could be any one of those, depending on how they spin it. If only there was a truth bullet that was like, yeah, it wasn't forced open.
Kyo?
Did I already try the account? Wait. Front door? Back door?
Just admit it.
Back door? I don't know. Fuck.
With the classroom broke.
Probably should have kept better track of what I... Fuck! Alright, Meg Turney's account then. I think that's the one I haven't tried.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
Solid start. Well, it could be any one of those is the problem.
That rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the
There's
only one
no...
who cared about that
None of them are
Kyo.
like, oh yeah, the
I
door
did not
wasn't
care
forced
about
open.
some katana.
Or like, you know, with the
Just admit it,
lockpicking,
you
I was
shit
like,
eating
okay, so he
worm.
didn't break in because it had to be opened
Went
that
to
way.
the classroom, broke.
That's wrong!
Absurd. It could every one of those had to do with the doorway and like getting in there, but only one of them was the correct answer.
No, Kyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab.
For many reasons. The lock still worked, the other lock still worked, we had to lockpick it to open it because the lock still worked, and she would only let certain people in because the room was locked and the lock still worked. That was a terrible choice. The answer was obvious, but none of the bullets were. Sort of the opposite of that swimsuit full of rocks problem. The answer was incredibly unobvious.
Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Yeah. Before Angie locked herself up in her research lab,
Whatever, we're past it.
she said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council members.
And Kyo is not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
See, she also said break in, so I kind of didn't think it would be this one, because obviously the words break in suggest that she didn't have to open the door. He, follow me here, broke in.
Kyo couldn't have killed Angie even if he wanted to.
I had no desire to kill her in the first place.
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't believe you actually got it.
Thanks, where would we be without you?
Oh, how clever.
Gonta
You
bought
can
it.
just ignore her, Gonta.
The remaining student council
Thanks, Miyu.
members are Gonta,
79
Kyo,
is Gonta, confirmed.
Tsumugi, and Himiko.
Gonta, it's cool that you learned how to type.
Well, it can't be Himiko. She was besties with Angie.
Last trial? I don't think so. There's usually 5 trials, and this is the 3rd one. So I assume there's 2 more after this one.
I trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Obviously.
Feel free to
Let's
confirm how many
believe
trials
in
there
them.
are, because that's not exactly spoilery information there. 7-9 or ARG. I'm pretty sure it's only, There's someone at my door. Why is someone at my door? I don't know. 5 or 6, in D2 there were 6. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll assume that whoever's at my door gets sorted out.
That trims our list of suspects down
Depends
to
on
3.
whether you count
Gonta,
Chapter 6 as a
Tsumugi,
trial.
and Kibo.
Yep.
Fair
the
enough.
culprit is one of those 3 people.
It's always weird. Yeah, I guess that last one, after... The one with giant Junko robot doesn't... I don't know if that counts as a trial, per se.
You mean one of those 2 people? Because a robot ain't people, Jack.
Alright, well that's mean.
I will let that remark slide. Anyway, aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
It's trial format, but it's... Is it formally a trial?
Gonta,
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Keyboy, or Tsumugi?
I wouldn't really call it
Well-
a trial, per se, but it's definitely... a final challenge to overcome.
No, not Gonta. Gonta would never kill Angie.
Yeah, Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too.
Gonta definitely not hurt anyone.
This will be a 3-way
Torture
thing.
Gonta if you don't believe.
Depends on Chapter 6 and D2 being counted as a trial. Ah,
Torture
Kibo.
might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits.
Weird of her to defend both of them.
And I'm not the culprit either. Jeez. I'm
Gonta
not the
not
culprit.
culprit.
Not the culprit.
Alright, so we need to shoot one of these guys down. Mass panic! Alright, let's do this. Backdoor, lockpicking Necronomicon.
You must consider
the
other
account.
possibilities.
What's the account?
Sure.
That's just, lock yourself in, not unlock the door unless someone asked her to. Student council members were, yeah, okay.
Surely there must be.
Not betray student council.
There was a statement there.
And
I
you
didn't see
have
what
an
it was,
alibi
though.
For last night?
Gonta in room talking to bug friends. Much better than being out too late.
Student council members
I
had
didn't know
access.
robots told such boring lies.
I think that's...
Is that a robophobic remark?
Okay, no, it's breaking the chains. Yeah. There were several suspicious statements, but obviously one is inconsistent.
You must consider other possibilities.
I don't think Meg Turney had
Surely
one.
there must be a suspect who would not be in council.
Quiet, you.
That's utterly impossible. Not just anyone could open that door.
Oh,
Only
yeah.
student council members had access.
Actually, I'm already on the right thing. Bang.
I heard it.
There we go. Easy enough.
No, it wasn't just student council members that could have opened that lab door.
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi? Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
I think this is the first time Kokichi's been in the hot seat.
I
Or is
was
going to
referring
be in the hot
Kyo.
seat.
He couldn't have done it, but you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it.
Several of us did. Pulled out some thin needles and stuck them in the keyhole. Click, click, click. Clack. There, open sesame.
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it. I killed Angie.
Alright, I don't believe him, if you can believe it. no one's really reacting in any way. Huh.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
Book 'em, boys! Sounds like a confession.
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie.
Boy, he took a, you could have done it remark, and instead of being caught off guard by it, he's like, you got me. It was me.
The culprit was me, all along.
Alright, well, I don't believe him for one hot
you
goddamn
say?
second.
Is this some kind of joke?
Nah, no joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins.
I don't believe you.
And it helped. I feel so much better. Whew!
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
No.
No, he's lying.
Yeah.
I think. Maybe?
Well, Miu's there.
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
No, definitely not a lie. I killed Angie. Don't
You.
you guys believe the culprit when they confess?
Fucking twit.
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
Huh? Well, it's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't think you can reverse lockpick.
Huh? What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
I don't think you can.
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room. They used a different method.
What different method? Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
There were two doors to the
So
classroom.
we're establishing
and the
that.
one locked last was.
The one locked last was the... Yeah, both doors at the same time. The back door.
That's it. The back door. That's how they made this a locked room mystery.
The back door had a sliding lock, yes? How was it locked from the outside?
The culprit used a certain tool.
I kind of figured this one out pretty quickly, actually. Tool they used was... Okay, well... Didn't think we were gonna do this, but sure. Katana's in here somewhere. It's gotta be. Oh, wait, that could be it. That sure looks like a katana to me. Ah. How long is this damn katana? God's sakes. Oh, wait, that's a scabbard. Shit. Oh, fucking Christ. Is that a Monokuma? Where's the actual katana, damn it? That's a sickle. No, that's not it. Oh, it's right here. Son of a bitch. Why would they put the scabbard and the katana in there? That's just dirty. There we go. Jesus. That's a dirty trick. Ah, well. What are you gonna do?
The gold leaf katana that was stabbed into Kaede's effigy. The culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door.
Ahem. Excuse me.
So the gold leaf was on the sliding lock because...
Because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it.
Rubbed off, please. This is a family show, Suichi. Calm down. Calm down. Fuck! He's got me doing it. Ugh. Well, there goes the PG
Evidence
rating.
rings a bell. Specifically, a school bell.
Huh? Are you talking about a different school? What school was it?
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
Certainly not.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it.
Even if reverse lockpicking is a thing, that's not how Locked Room Murder Mystery was created. In this case, as Suichi pointed out. True.
So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how did they move it with the katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself. It was an odd setup after all.
Yes, certainly was.
The katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigies hung upside down.
Angie didn't do that as part of the ritual?
No. Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
If it was not part of the ritual, then it must have been for a different purpose, right?
Yeah, what could it... To lock the door. Culprit somehow used the setup to lock the room. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step of that setup. If I do that, the way the culprit locked the room should be clear. The taxi! Alright, let's do this. I can slow down. Alright. Looking for a way to speed up. Oh, I can speed up. I just hold up. Nice. Oh, shit. Okay, got him. Didn't see those for a second. Oh, damn it. Alright, got one of them. Who turned the handle of the something dick? Sliding lock. The sliding dick. Shit. Okay. 200 kilometers an hour. That's pretty fast. Who turned the handle of the sliding lock? The sword, right? It's the sword. Effigy's hand, the katana's hilt. None of the effigies had hands extended. Just run over that woman. That's... Having never procured a Lady of the Evening, I assume that's how it works, right? I run them over and they just leap into my car. They have dexterous abilities like that. There we go. Damn it. Okay. That one's clearly over here. What was done to the katana to turn the lock, I imagine. There we go. Only thing keeping me from being a Lady of the Night is my lack of dexterity. I imagine that's true for many of us, 7-9. Katana was stabbed into the effigy. Bam! I like how they looked at the Sonic 2 bonus level-esque stage, and they were like, alright, we need to change... Jesus, we need to change this for Danganronpa V3. What can we do? Why not driving down the highway and, you know, the answers to the question are hookers you have to run over with your car. Yeah, okay, that sounds fine. Very much in tone with the game, right? It's very telling that, old, not Makoto, the other one, fucking car. I keep wanting to call him Nagito. That's, Hajime. It's very telling that Hajime, you know, was just running down a hallway, but then Suichi is like, hold on, I need to think about this. Let me imagine picking up women I want to have sex with. Whatever, I got it. I had to ram the back of a car to get it, but I got it. Accident. Like, I just needed the letter. How was the effigy manipulated to make the katana affect the lock? It was spun around, I imagine. Swing back and forth, make it fall, spinning it. Yeah, I got that right away. Pretty much as soon as I saw that setup, I got that one. Proud of that. Can't tell me I didn't, you all saw it.
The reason the culprit stuck the katana into the effigy was so that it would hit the sliding lock as the effigy spun.
Effigy spun?
Yep,
That's
just
right.
like that.
If you spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist. Then, if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way. And of course, the katana would spin with it.
I see.
Very precise
So the culprit
measurement for
used
that.
the katana's counterspin to push the lock into place?
The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock.
Yep, you don't remember.
And
Good
thus
thing I
get the back
filmed
door
it,
of the
huh,
entrance
7-9?
classroom Locked from the
Ya
inside.
frickin' rube.
Yes, that's how Angie's lab was locked. By using the effigy with the katana.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us.
Deepfake video. You were watching it live. I think you said big brain time when I said it.
Oh, but could it have moved the slide lock so easily?
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it. As long
You
as
don't
the spinning
remember.
katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep trying until it locked.
Which is why the culprit chose to strike at nighttime, as to avoid detection.
Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime.
Are you saying it's the student council's fault?
Not entirely.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
In any case, the culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick.
Damn nighttime murders. Is that all of them at this point? I don't think the first one was a nighttime murder. Obviously, Tenko wasn't, so alright, never
It
mind.
had to have been the right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy.
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so they settled for the katana.
The other effigies were only hung up so we'd think it was some kind of ceremony. That way, we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
I mean, the fact that, you know, she had a katana in her tits kinda sorta gave that one away.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have picked the lock closed.
4 and 5 won't be nighttime if I recall correctly. Well, I mean, wouldn't want to be too predictable, would we?
I don't want to completely ignore that possibility. But I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a distraction.
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
Surprising no one.
Cough it up, Kokichi!
Oh, man. You guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
Telling the truth this time, right?
Frickin' lunatic.
I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
I wanted to lure the culprit out. If I claimed to be the culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me?
So, like, everyone except me is potentially the culprit?
And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious. Sheesh. Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
Theoretically, if culprit committed his or her crime during the nighttime, he or she would have a lot of time to set up and execute the katana FV trick successfully. That's true. It's not like anyone, it's not a lot of traffic over in that side of the building, so... Other than Kyo, there's really no reason for anyone else to be up there, so, all the time in the world.
You and your fucking lies! Go sit in the corner and play with yourself!
I hear Miu has some tools to help with that.
Okay, I'll start right now.
Alright, well, he just one-upped her, without being disturbed as well, yeah.
Alright. So who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
Very agreeable.
Mew, I can't hold it up anymore.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
This is a weird fanfic. 7-9 wrote this.
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter, since anyone could have done it. Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
Alright.
Cum dumpster!
Bit harsh, I think.
Finally! Someone finally called me a cum dumpster!
Needed a minute. Anyway. Well, that happened. Moving on. Just needed a moment to, like, consider my life choices there for a second.
What should we talk about now?
Have everyone to follow up on that. Poor Gonta.
We must focus not on the locked room, but
Moving
on
on.
who entered Angie's lab. Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry. Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
No, not at all, because anyone could have set up the lock room thing. All you need to do... Well, no, she would have had to have let you in. That's true, actually. Anyone could have locked it afterwards, but someone needed to let them in the first place.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council. Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
It's fine. That's just a waste of time.
A suspect?
I mean, strictly speaking, yes. Just, being thorough here.
Never kill Angie!
I don't think you'd kill anyone because you don't have enough energy to.
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion.
She killed Tenko,
What would you say to
apparently.
get yourself off the suspect list?
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Silence, outsider. Only the suspect rangers are allowed to speak.
Right, of course.
Suspect rangers?
I agree.
Go,
Those under
go,
suspicion
suspect
should explain
rangers!
themselves thoroughly.
Transform into a lamp for interrogation!
We might catch them with their pants down.
Anyway,
Moving
I
on.
want to ask the suspect rangers. What should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list? Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
A weird
That's
trial.
sort of a difficult question, you know?
I will say I appreciate that how in this game, as opposed to the other 2 games, you have a character who really just fucking runs their own direction with the trial. Like, Kokichi is sort of trying to find the right answer, but he's doing it in a batshit insane way. That never really happened in the other 2 games, and I appreciate that.
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
Nagito kinda sorta did that, but not really.
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
Yeah, alibis would be nice, guys.
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Why did Tenko have to die?
Huh?
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
Did you?
What do you mean?
Got her! But she killed Tenko, of course, naturally.
The two victims could have been killed by two separate murderers, you know. So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim. We gotta figure out who killed Angie.
It would be interesting if it was Tenko who killed Angie. But then, like, going all the way back around, since she's already dead, wow, we need to find the Blackened who killed Tenko. I too think Himiko couldn't kill anyone, mostly because she has neither sufficient brain power or physical strength to actually do it. Yeah, there's that.
Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless. Did you suggest that to waste our time?
It's not meaningless!
Himiko.
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you!
She does make a good point here, though.
Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her? Himiko...
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
God, you're kind of a dick.
Lies?
Everything you said is total BS. You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive. But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
Kind of a dick. She's magic. Spoilers, she isn't.
No. It's okay. It's no surprise he'd think that.
Insert Marge Simpson. It's true, but you shouldn't say it.
I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now.
Probably with 7-9, though, it's more of a why you booing me, I'm right insert.
I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was still alive.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
But now, it's too late.
Kind of Kokichi shtick slash gimmick.
Complain to her. Poor thing.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Marge here and be like, that's true, but he shouldn't say it.
It's too late.
Yeah, seriously. It's way too late to realize that now.
And then there's Kaito.
Our only option is to face her death head on.
Face her death?
Himiko, I
She
understand
dropped
what
some
you're
of the
going
hardest truths in the most dickish of ways. Love it.
So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth.
Yeah, you're very much the why you booing me, I'm right. I'm very much, it's true, but he shouldn't say it.
I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
Kaito. Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless. The name of the
Kaito
curse
needs to
is
go.
Death curse.
Alright, well that seems a bit harsh for a silencing cursed.
Suppose being dead would silence someone pretty
Get rid of Kaito and Suichi. Just play as Maki for the rest of the game? I'd be down with that.
Listen up. All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run. I won't forgive something so messed up.
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too.
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death.
I mean, we do.
Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
Kaito.
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Kokichi drops hard truths from time to time. There are better ways to drop those hard truths. Indeed.
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
Meanwhile, Maki dropping truth bombs. Don't listen to his crap. Himiko killed Tenko by messing up the seance.
Let us
Honestly,
talk
I
about
can't wait for this
Tenko's
trial
death
is
then.
over so
Perhaps
that
that
you can
will
stop
provide us
making
a
that
clue.
joke.
Yeah, maybe.
They're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. That was an abrupt change of topic. Was it intentional?
So what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Tancrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
Tancrotch!
People who attended the seance. They were, well, I'm in that list, so, okay. So it's this one, yes. Okay.
That's it! It was me, Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
Himiko survives. Surely I can find another way to blame her in future trials. Boy, howdy.
So those four are the culprits!
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
Well, that's probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the four is really Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand.
He
yes.
did very much make it clear that he was only doing a seance, and it was his sword. Again, can't wait for the trial to be over so you can stop making that joke. Nice artwork on Angie instead of the X across her face.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
He makes a point. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle room. The middle one's always best suited for stuff like this. Very well, I should begin preparations at once. That's true. I forgot about that.
Right.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance. The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
Point of entry from outside. You must be referring to... the hole in the wall over here? Or the floorboard? Right around... Oh, like here? Perhaps culprit possessed Tenko! Oh, for God's sakes.
I was wrong!
Right, it's right click, not left click. Silly me. The hole? Right? Nope. Is it there? I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, well...
Wrong.
It's the floorboard then, not the hole in the wall. Floorboard. Floorboards under Tenko were loose. Culprit might have gone under the floor to enter. Tenko was atop in the entire seance, unlike the floorboards were used. There's another location that we could have entered and exited without using that area.
I was wrong.
Wait, what? Where's Kyoko? I don't know. Fucking somewhere. How did the culprit get in from outside? The cage? Delightful jest. Yeah, no. I don't fucking know. The other corner? I don't know. But the hole in the room was in this side. It was like right here.
There!
Oh, for God's sakes!
You're talking about under the floor, right?
Cool!
Huh? Under the floor?
Thanks, game.
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person can move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
Ahem, excuse me.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
Lost my composure there for a second.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Oh, dear.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me.
What does it say? Do some stuff. Well, you got me.
Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
Under the floor. See in the dark. Honestly, I don't want to say anything. Caged child, loose floorboard, flashlight function,
The seance
hole in the corner.
by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function. Huh? Now hold on a sec.
Let me see what this specifically says. Function Mio added to Kibo can emit blinding light from his eyes.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor.
I mean, don't I agree with that? Apparently I don't agree with this, even though I actually do. The game is so sure, they're like, okay, it seems like everyone actually thinks it was Kibo with his flashlight. We need to make it so they can't actually agree with that and need to prove that it's wrong. So I guess it's wrong? Because I thought it was Kibo with his flashlight. I thought that's where they were going with this.
By crawling under the floor.
They see... Dark.
And had a light.
Yeah, I would argue with that, which is wrong. I can't agree with Candle.
Kibo's flashlight.
I agree with that, but it won't let me.
That function to get under the floor.
I agree he could have, but it won't let me, you know,
during the seance.
argument text.
I said, hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
It's true that with a little light you can move around under the floor, but is that possible? I'm sorry, did he just say, it's true with a little light you could move around under the floor, but is it possible? Let me just check this, thesaurus here. Yes, synonyms of possible. True. Synonyms of true. Possible. Weird that those were on the same page. What do you want from me, game? I think it's Kibo.
The culprit sneaked in during the
I don't know what I'm trying to prove here. I agree with them.
under the floor.
But I can't actually agree with them.
But it was pitch black during the seance.
Hole in the corner. What's that say? Go into the corner of the room. Space under so you can see what was dropped there. Okay.
How could they even...
Caged child. In order to perform... Oh, Jesus. You need 5 people, including the spirit. There's circle, iron cage. Oh, God, yes. Way too much crap here. I don't think this is correct.
See if they were under the floor.
Loose floorboard. Loose floorboard right below Tenko. It was not loose before the seance. There was dried blood on the bottom of the floorboard. Yeah, I have no idea what they want me to prove here.
Because it wasn't dark under the floor.
He usually makes a big
You
deal
see,
if it's time to
Our
lie.
villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
And I fully
Kibo's
agree.
flashlight
It's possible it could very easily be Kibo. So I'm gonna cheat and look this one up because I don't know what they want from me. I agree with them, but the game's like, obviously you don't agree with them. Do I? Why would I even? There are 2 options. To lie on both of them. He had a light. That's wrong. He had the flashlight, or he could have done it. That's wrong. He could have done it. I can't lie. It's not like I have an alibi for him of like, obviously he didn't. I was with him. I was in the room. What do you mean there are 2 options? For the truth? Just give me one. Because I have no idea what they want from me. I don't know what I would argue or prove here. Because again, to sound like a broken record, I agree with them. Kibo very easily could have used his flashlight eyes. Use hole on had a light. Or lie Kibo's functions on used it under the floor. I'm just gonna use hole on had a light.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Use that function under...
The culprit sneaked in this by
Also, sneaked is a garbage word. Use snuck. It's way better. Worth more in Scrabble, anyway.
You are
There you go.
That's wrong.
Alright, sure. I mean, I still agree. He could have done it.
I don't think the culprit could have used a light while under the floor.
I don't know if the floorboard was there at the time of the seance. A lot could have happened. I don't know if he can control the intensity of the light or something.
There was a hole in the corner of the room. If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it.
But when we did the seance, the room was definitely pitch black.
So a light was not shined under the floor, which means you cannot claim I am the culprit.
Yeah, he might have intensity. He might be able to see in the dark naturally. But the floorboard
Yeah,
might
I
have
thought
been
this would
there.
be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
How is your vision poor? Why would they build that into you?
You made your point. God,
Kibo.
now I feel sort of bad for you.
I kinda do too.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Enough with the flashlight! It's way too bright!
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny?
There's also blood all over it, so...
Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from underfloor.
That's exactly what it means, though, Kibo. Well,
Ooh,
yes.
nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
He has a point.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that.
That would be absurd.
That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
It's a ridiculous idea. Please, keep it to yourself, Meg Turney.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
Her corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Again, an absurd idea. Yeah, for once he's actually got a point. Yeah, it's true.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit!
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however. Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
When? So not during seance?
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone have gotten to her there?
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
That's the other one. I have no idea how they could have possibly done that.
That's not possible. She was alive at that point.
Yeah. My only theory was, Kibo used his voice recorder function to make it seem like, excuse me, make it seem like once she went under the cage, she was still alive, but, you know, if we're ruling out Kibo. Next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood? I won't say a word until the seance is over.
Yes. She was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
Yes.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
But she was inside cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
And she wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
A different time?
When?
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shithead.
Jesus Christ.
Huh? Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory.
By all means.
Now hurry up and think! If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your limp dick brains!
You're gonna have to give us more than that. Frickin' mute. Alright. Marker, Iron Cage, White Sheet, Dog
When
Statue.
Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time.
She was.
She was dead when the cage was lifted.
That's also true.
What about moment cage was lifted?
Yeah, we keep saying that, but what would it be?
Ooh, like that.
When cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast.
There was already blood
so
under
fast,
it, though.
No one saw.
Oh my!
Alright, this is weird.
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
She was clearly dead, though, once the
Then
sheet was
obviously
removed.
Himiko is the culprit.
What does the white sheet say? She was on the Iron Cage during Seance. There's, whoops, blood on the back around the middle of the sheet. There's no hole in the fabric. Kyo was the one who placed the sheet and removed it off the cage. Himiko killed Tenko.
No, did it?
75 pounds. Work together to put it and remove it from the cage. Here's another one I don't get at all. Tenko's body during the seance. Tenko had been crouched over in the iron cage with her forehead on this stone. That doesn't seem particularly relevant. Iron cage Tenko was in during the seance. It's 3 feet high, 5 feet wide. Suichi and Kokichi placed this over Tenko, and Himiko removed it. Tenko's blood was on the bottom of the cage. But that's the thing. We could see that she was dead while the cage was there. Like, once the sheet was removed, that's when we saw the body, because we could see through the cage, obviously. But even then, like, I saw blood underneath the cage before we even did any of that stuff. So, I mean, it's possible then that, I guess with some sleight of hand, he could have, like, taken the sickle and done it, Kyo. Tenko not being killed during the seance. It might not be impossible. There's no evidence for it.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time.
Yeah.
She was under the cage the whole time.
She was. Would I say she was also under a white sheet?
And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment cage was lifted?
Do I say white sheet at that point? I have no idea.
Ooh, like that.
When cage
Also,
lifted,
it's
culprit
weird that
stabbed
she's
Tenko real
having an
fast.
orgasm during this.
So fast, no one saw.
Really kind of distracts from the point, I feel.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
I don't... Well, yeah, Himiko.
It was me.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
Right, yeah, sure.
There's no down.
Anyway, right, I guess I'll just try the white sheet. I don't fucking know.
It wasn't
This is a tough
during the
trial.
seance.
Because they're
It
going
could
places
not have been done at any other time.
I'm just not seeing them go to. I missed? Did I thread the needle between under the and cage? Amazing. It had no reaction. Alright, I'll try it on the next
Moment
one.
cage was lifted.
Oh, alright, cool.
That's wrong.
What a needle thread on my part. Didn't matter, I got the right one in the end.
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted. Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it.
Oh, that. Also, we already saw her when, like, we saw she was dead when the sheet was removed. Before the cage was lifted.
That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted. If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
So hear me out. In the event that she was actually killed during the seance and not during this cage lifted thing, it never even occurred to me that she could have been killed while the cage was being lifted, because again, we can see through the fucking cage. I saw she was dead already. So if it's like, nah, we've proved it was during the seance, we spent a lot of time proving something I already assumed to be true and the game really didn't need to touch on.
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
Alright, she's got a remodel for us, or a rebuttal probably, but sounded like she said remodel.
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
Alright then. Rebuttal showdown. You just so big brain. Is she? Is she though? Four-board iron cage, sickle under
Tenko
floor,
died
marker
after
stone.
the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gaps, and that clean white sheet
through the
got
gaps.
stained blood red.
That would be the sickle, right?
But the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
And it's not long enough.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through
Ah.
a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach
Oh, shit.
Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
The marker stone. Ah, I missed it.
The cage's gap. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the cult, and that's none other than Kyo.
Would it be the marker stone? There has to be a hole in her logic somewhere.
The blade's all you need.
I think it's the marker stone.
If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
There you go.
I'll cut through your words.
Oh, cut through your words! Ho! Just really slip in.
Wait just a minute.
Listen here,
Tenko wasn't
thought.
sitting down inside the cage. She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone, and the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko
It's
while
true.
she was in that position.
Then I messed up again? How could this happen?
Alright, we proved something that never even occurred to me as a possibility didn't happen. Good job, game.
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
It's true.
Yeah,
No worries.
Ganta. You lovable son of a bitch.
How embarrassing!
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
for a
Miyu
living
Kokichi
person.
Dractuary. Oh god, damn it.
What if your spirit killed Tenko?
Really love these
What are you
things that are
talking about?
completely
That's not
irrelevant.
possible.
Yep. He's right, it's not. Love that I have to keep proving things that didn't happen. Can we talk about what
You don't
actually
know
happened?
that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
I did have this idea once that if I ever wanted to do like a ghost hunting video, I would, because I don't live that far away from Bunnyman Bridge. The idea would be I go to Bunnyman Bridge, which if you don't know, look up Bunnyman Bridge online, you'll figure it out. And I'd be like, I'm searching for the Bunnyman, and I'm gonna lure him out the best way. And then it like smash cuts to me in a carrot costume. I'm just dressed as a giant carrot. And I'm out there in the woods being like, come on, Bunnyman, let's do this. I got your carrot right here, bitch.
Angie's spirit.
In case you can't tell, I don't take ghosts very seriously.
But why?
Spirits, legends, any of that garbage.
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
I never got around to it because I couldn't find any friends willing to drive me out to Bunnyman Bridge while I was dressed as a carrot. And I wasn't going to do it alone. I need, like, somebody to film me. It can't just be first-person view, hey, I promise I'm dressed as a carrot. That'd be
Like
absurd.
I said, that's impossible. Spirits.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done it!
wait, I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
Please don't make me do a debate showdown for this.
If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I agree
noticed.
with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
Have you seen the cage?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Yeah. Also, you can see through it. It's a cage.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
Okay, so did they hide in the cage or didn't they?
What?
Yeah, I'm with Kyo on this one. What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time.
What the hell are you talking about?
I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
No? Are you suggesting they were in the dog statue? They, she's referring to. You got me! Fuck, who could have been hiding in a cage and killing her at any time? I have no idea. Gotta know what Bunnyman Bridge is. I watched a video about it. Theory, escape mental patient, not a ghost or spirit or some sort. Yeah, no, the point is I go there dressed up in a carrot costume. I don't know. Fuck me, What is the question? Who could have killed Tenko from inside the cage? I don't fucking know! This trial's a mess! Maki hinting at suicide. Probably not. Time's up. You really don't know? I thought at least a detective like you could figure it out.
Damn it!
Hey, here's a hint, Maki. Fucking tell me. Alright, you gave me a minute. I didn't get it. How about you fill me in there, Maki? Fucking Christ. Let me think about it for a second. Could it have been you? Maybe. You're a hard maybe. Could it have been you? You are you disguised yourself as the dog statue, of course. I have no idea. Yeah. No. Wasn't there. I guess you? Fuck me!
I was wrong!
Cool, awesome. I'm gonna guess Meg Turney. If that's not it, then I have I'm like, there's 1% of my brain that's like, it might have been her. Anyone else, it's like, it's a goddamn fucking mystery. I have no idea. Nope, I have no, fucking tell me. I have no idea. Don't tell me why. I would love for the game to explain it to me. I have no idea. This case is a fucking mess. And it's insulting me. You're really narrow-minded for a detective. Just tell me who it is. None of this hint bullshit. Straight up tell me who I'm supposed to point as the culprit. Tenko, really?
Oh no!
We're supposed to think this is suicide? Fucking what? Why?
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
That's... Yes, obviously she stabbed herself in the back of the neck. Oh, wait a minute. That would be interesting. What if they're actually going to say the seance totally worked? Tenko killed Angie. Angie's spirit did come back, committed suicide in Tenko's body because she's a petty bitch. That would be weird, though. That's what Maki is hinting at. Suicide. That's... This is a rough case. I don't know how I feel about this.
What did you say?
I feel like the first two were fun, sort of, and easy to figure out from a logic perspective. This is a fucking mess.
Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
Not a fan of this case.
Suicide.
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out.
Not how the weapon got under the floorboard. Stab! I've got enough time to huck it down there! Blech. What?
She volunteered to be in the cage, and then stabbed herself during the seance.
Why?
It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Yeah.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed.
Yeah, you're right. She had enough time to move the floorboard, huck the sickle down there, and then die.
After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
Why? Why, though?
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
But why, though?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
But why, though?
Well, make sense to me.
Why am I the one agreeing with Himiko?
There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
What an excellent point.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
Yeah. Angie, to brainwash Himiko.
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
By setting up an insane locked room murder mystery and then killing herself?
What?
In a seance?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Why?
Really?
That would result in Himiko dying.
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
That seems unlikely. On the other hand, Tenko removing a floorboard might possibly explain what that weird sound was. I mean, you're not wrong. That would explain that. I still say this case is a fucking mess.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her. Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
But what are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. She told me.
This is all over the fucking map. Keep your chin up and live life facing forward, survive with me and everyone else. Yeah, it's a solid point. You were there for that, even.
What if all of that was just a lie?
Yeah, this trial is... Shit better start making sense real quick here, because this trial's awful so far. I hate this. Motives are all wrong. The things they're arguing about don't matter at all.
Why?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials.
It's chapters all over the place, but not in a fun, like, off-the-wall kind of way. In a, what the hell were you smoking when you wrote this kind of way?
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets.
He makes a point.
What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them.
I don't know if that's a statement you want to go on record as saying there, Kaito.
That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
If you get betrayed, it's your fault for trusting them. That sounds like victim blaming there, Kaito.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Yeah, get fucked.
Whether
Anyway.
or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down.
Probably not.
That's what I want to believe.
Me too. Gonta, no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko...
Kaito, dude,
then provide a
Kokichi,
reason to
frankly,
do so.
has a point. Not exactly time situation to try and be this suave, trusting type. They both have points. Kaito's is more altruistic, bordering on the side of, again, victim blaming, but there is a point hidden somewhere in there. A proper reason.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki?
Sure.
If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like.
Please.
But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Yep, we remember. We just saw it. Everyone, I'll see you after the seance. See you guys after. No doubt I doubt she has a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that, and we should keep thinking we'll find the truth. And that means we need to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe! Okay, so now what?
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Cage child. Oh god, so much there. Fucking whatever. Tenko's last moments. Tenko died in a crouch position. Injury in the back of the neck was deep. Probably not enough to kill her immediately.
Her
Okay.
plan was to
Hole in the corner. Hit in his face. See what was dropped down there.
take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Trust in my detective work. Suichi, your detective work is not so good. Most of the other characters are better at detecting than you are. Well, yes, obviously.
So far, suicide seems to...
What's the file say? Victim, ultimate, art... Not that one, the other one. Second victim is Aikido Master Tenko. Victim's body was discovered in the vacant room on the 4th floor. 11 a.m. Victim was stabbed in the back of the neck, resulting in death. No other injuries were detected. Why of all places would she stab herself in the back of the neck if it was suicide, would be my question.
Best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intent.
Alright, let's read what the hell the Cage Trial is about. In order to perform the Cage Trial, you need 5 people, including a spirit medium in a dark place, no light. Draw a magic circle. The spirit medium must be placed forehead on a stone, curl up like a turtle. They must do so in the center of the circle. The other 4 must take the following preparations. Iron cage over, cover it in white cloth, place the dog god on top of the cage, take care not to step on the magic circle during preparations. Finally, turn off all the lights to make it dark, and your preparations will be complete. The seance will commence once all 4 participants stand in a corner of the room. 4 participants, not including the spirit medium, will sing the Cage Child song. After the song, ask, is the Cage Child blank, and then say the name of the spirit. Spirit medium will cry in the voice of the spirit you have summoned.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
What the sickle?
Finally, with the last...
At the last moments, died in a crouch position. Injury to the back of the neck was deep, probably not enough to kill her immediately.
Last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Everyone thinks Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching on to the easiest answer. It gets out, I need to make them think suicide theory won't work. Ah, so I got it, okay. It's time to lie, like a dirty, filthy rat that I am. Alright. So squeaky. So very squeaky.
Could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Okay, I think,
Finally, with the last of her strength.
there it is.
She threw the sickle underneath the floor.
I'll reveal the truth.
There we go. Lying! It
Tenko couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor.
works, I guess? It only works when I arbitrarily decide that they're on the wrong path. When, other than I don't feel like it, there really isn't a reason we don't know Tenko didn't commit suicide. I don't feel like she did.
She died instantly.
Instantly.
Maki knows that's not true. But it's good that we have both Kaito and Maki to, like, go along in our bullshit. Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Murder!
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail.
That was a believable delivery.
Tenko died instantly.
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
To be fair, she delivers every line like that, so it's all believable.
How could you forget that, Maki Roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly.
King Kaito underneath the table.
Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
This trial's taking a lot out of me. It's just, this is a mess. I've seen some messy trials before, but this is a goddamn mess.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Now my hair's all
Suicide
fucking
was
lopsided.
considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
Suicide is painless. Kill yourself and get over it.
No, there must have been a way. We're
Always gonna be
figure it out.
lopsided, huh, hair? Alright, be that way.
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar?
I understand going along with
during the
Suichi's
seance?
lies, but at least try and sell it better. Peculiar during the seance.
If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
As someone humped a wood block halfway through. Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try and remember. I'm sure there's something. Hey, some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery. Cool. What are my bullets? Cage child sound. Well, okay, it's obviously
Did anything
sound.
seem
but-
out of the ordinary during
During the seance, there was a loud sound. Well, it was completely dark.
the seance?
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect.
Oh, fuck! Alright, I missed. Phew.
Strange.
Don't want to lose
Now
hearts
that I
on that.
think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
Oh, shit. That one. Oh, fucking god, come
I'm more
on.
concerned about how dark it got in there. I mean, it was totally pitch black. My job was to relight the candles. Moving along the walls was seriously tough.
My aim is not good. It's a wonder I play first-person shooters at all.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance?
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something.
Okay. I was about to be very annoyed. I somehow missed it twice. Alright, no, got it. It fell into my bullet, weirdly enough.
You think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
Perfect aim. That would, yeah, check out.
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. What could have fallen down?
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Your ritual wasn't perfect on account of Tenko getting killed. Well, yeah, other than that, it was perfect. Except for the murder, everything was
I thought
fine.
something fell, but
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
Hold on, I think I, do I have a reaction image for this? I might, I have like a random bunch of reaction images saved. Reaction, yeah, okay. Let's see if, I can, hold on, share this real quick. Add a media source, or I guess, window? Yeah, window capture. Add new source instead. This is Cool, this is getting picked up. Specifically, that one. It worked, except for a few people being killed. It was a complete success. The fools doubted me. Ha ha ha. That's Kyo right now. Anyway, that's the end of that bit. Hope you enjoyed it. A loud sound. I never thought I'd get a chance to use that image. A loud sound, like something hit the floorboards. Maybe it sounded something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark. The forehead? No, not that. What else happened in the dark? Tenko's last moments. Oh, the loose floorboard, yeah.
This is it.
A few people got killed, but otherwise it was a complete success.
Coming off had some...
They doubted him.
That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
Could the floorboard have made such a loud sound, though?
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That's true. There would have been a strong impact to make that sound. What was it? What could it possibly be?
All right, then. Let's go with that.
Life can be tricky like
put
that.
Our heads together now.
You gotta keep trying, though. You can't let a couple setbacks, like a few people dying, you know, deter you.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Sound, magic circle,
Judging from the sound, there
cross
must have been
piece,
considerable force.
dried blood. Probably the cross
Someone
piece.
participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound. Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
That was my theory,
But
actually.
that statue was still on top of the cave.
That was the problem with my
Culprit
theory,
died
yes.
Underfloor. Then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
Maybe that one? Yeah,
I agree.
I figured that was it. Because he fell hard enough that he, like, split his head open.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
The floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the cross piece?
What did they stand to gain? Solve this case and you think carefully about the crosspiece and the floorboard. Okay. Kaito, when you say let's pour all of our brains into it, you mean the brains of Suichi, Maki, possibly Kokichi, and Kyu, right? Yes, that's exactly what he means. A lot of K names again. Tenko's body was at one end of the loose floorboard. The crosspiece had been cut at the other end. Unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on. Can we get the cage in this diagram? Only one of the cross pieces were cut, the other two were intact. So... So the idea is that, hear me out here, somebody took the sickle, put it like against, like through the hole in the cage, then stomped on the floorboard to knock her back up into it and then fall back over. And then like picked up the floorboard and chucked the sickle under it. But how would they have done that? That also would explain why the seance was fucked up. Somebody walked in. Well, if it was someone in the room, they fucked it up by stepping all over the circle. Otherwise, there was somebody else there, and that's too many people. That's a possibility. The other one was in the center, right about where the edge of the cage was. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard? Your theory is plausible. The problem is... how would the killer have possibly set that up? Because they would have had to have had the seance in that room. And Himiko's the one who suggested that. But Himiko was also the one willing to go under the cage, and then Tenko volunteered, so that wouldn't make any sense. And at that point, you have no real reason to kill anyone. That's the part about that matter, yeah. Think. Hangman's Gambit, okay. S, maybe. Oh, cool, that was awesome. W. No. I don't have a lot of hearts. E? Cool, awesome. Am I spelling out seesaw? Certainly am, I think. Yep. Spelling out seesaw. Now I don't know what I'm spelling out. F. No, shit. C. Nope. Okay, cool. What happened when the loose floorboard was stepped on? Seesaw. T? Alright. Yeah, I have no idea what's trying to have me spell. Made too many mistakes. For some reason, they think I did it.
Is this...
Yeah, let me retry that.
We can't let it end.
I could make preparations, which is nice of them. Very polite. Now then, with a full health bar, let's try this. S. E. Another E. Another S. An A. A W. Now what the fuck? Another S? No. A? E. A? Nope. C? No. Oh, effect. Got it. It's effect. The word is effect. Use another one of those, like, beams of light to help me out here, guys. Anyone? Okay, so there we go. Now I need a C. There it is. And a T. Was that a T? Oh, fuck Christ. There we go. Okay, found a T. Alright, we made it work. Effect. Feel like seesaw would have been good enough.
That's right. The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
See? He didn't even say seesaw effect.
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off. The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece, the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever. A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Her whole body lifted up?
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that. Unless they used the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
True. Floorboard, seesaw, cage, and the blood and the white fabric. What conclusion can I draw from this? The only one place the sickle could have been that is consistent with the evidence. Where was the sickle? Top of the cage, right?
That's it!
Because she was stabbed in the back of the neck.
The sickle was at the top of the iron cage.
Boy, now that we're
with the
talking
blade
about what
facing
actually
down.
happened, I'm more interested in this trial. Instead of running through the possibilities
The
that
reason
didn't
we didn't
fucking
see it
matter.
was because of the fabric covering the cage. Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place.
Huh.
It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. But the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
So Kyo killed her?
Once everything was in place,
'Cause no one else
you
could have,
stepped hard
like-
enough on the seesaw.
No one else could have slipped it in under there, right?
Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage. She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouched position, but with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Huh.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
Yeah, I don't know who could have done that other than Kyo, because no one else would have been able to slip it between the blanket and the cage. And then even after that, he's the one who picked the blanket back up. So yeah, it
That
must be Kyo.
impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide.
Classic seesaw homicide, boys.
Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
Must have seen it 6 no 7 times in my entire career on the force.
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know?
For all the ultimate detectives, we've never had an ultimate cop.
They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box. Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Yeah, so it's Kyo. It literally cannot be anyone else.
Well played, Himiko.
Real wow, what a fucking gamble there, buddy. The guy who didn't lift the the guy who lifted the sheet both times is like, yep, must have been Himiko.
Yeah?
She had nothing to do with the cage or the sheet. She didn't participate until the dog statue, I don't think. And then you came along.
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
Desperate attempt, but you know, it's clearly you. Don't worry, as long as you didn't kill Angie, you won't be killed or blackened here.
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
The only one? Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
You know what? That is a solid point. He set up the cage and the sheet, obviously, but the floorboards, it would have had to have been in one of these classrooms.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room. That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
Actually, that's not, now that I think about it, that's not important because, Kokichi pointed out that there was another floorboard where the crossbeam was cut, so you could have just gone in and prepared all of the rooms for that. There are 3 empty rooms! Yeah, and Kokichi provided proof that all of the crossbeams have been cut in each room, so... Middle room's always best for stuff like this.
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
Thanks, Kokichi, yeah.
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Somehow, he says.
Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance, and suggested the middle room.
Or you planned for a seance the entire time and suggested both these, and prepared every room and just took whichever one someone suggested. That shadow does look like Himiko, you make a good
She led
point.
us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it.
There's a fatal flaw in that logic, however, 7-9. Himiko doesn't smile.
Then, she killed Tenko. All according to plan.
That's
You're
a
right,
lot,
yep.
right?
Himiko?
Can't
did
be
such a
Himiko.
thing?
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right? He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Kill Tenko? I killed Tenko?
Himiko?
What's wrong?
Seems
Himiko?
unlikely. It's true that using middle room was Himiko's idea. That wasn't really a confession. Does that really mean Himiko killed Tenko? Would something like that really happen? Something so cruel. It's Kyo. Kyo definitely killed... Alright. Kyo definitely killed Tenko. I don't know who killed Angie, though. It might have been Kyo. It'd make this a lot easier if it was, but, you know, it's entirely possible it wasn't. He says somehow, but he's been rather vocal about doing a seance since before the investigation started. Yeah, also, if your logic for how they discovered your plan is somehow, there's a flaw in your logic.
Well now.
Reached intermission. It's time for the victim quiz. Not the culprit quiz. While you take this quiz, I need to use the bathroom. Only victims or people are still watching this drawn-out, boring crap. Comment on my stream. That's unfortunate. All right. I'm sad now. I'm being such a downer all of a sudden. That said, I do actually need to use the bathroom, so I'm going to be right back. Enjoy the chair stream while the Monokuma music plays. Alright, chair. Quit hogging all the camera. Re-BRB then. Well, hopefully he's back in time. Anyway.
It's okay.
I am sure everyone is happy. How do you know? They could be skipping the entire conversation. Can't take it. The real victim here is me. Why are you getting upset? I think I'm the real victim. I gotta put up with all the nonsense.
Absolutely right.
That's the right answer. He hasn't said anything. Exactly. There are no victims. Even if you're killed in this killing game, you're a winner. Everyone mourns you and you get to be tons of posthumous popularity. You don't need to reveal these kinds of behind-the-scenes details.
Right.
Dying makes you more popular, then we ought to die soon too. Naturally. That makes sense. That's how Van Gogh did it, right? That guy's paintings are worth a fortune.
This is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost.
Ah! I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary!
Right.
Logic does not compute.
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns.
Very scary.
So round, so sweet, so delicious.
Terrifying,
Doesn't
even.
sound scary at all.
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
And stop killing them.
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Alright, anyway, that was weird. Back to this nonsense.
Answer us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Now, to be fair, since I do believe it is Kyo at this point, at the very least, the guy who incredibly looks like he would murder somebody murdered somebody. So,
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Don't know if he killed Angie or not. Jury's out
Then
on
she
that one.
needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
It's true.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening?
No, I'm not listening.
Well, she's acting a bit like you did that one time, Maki, so yay for that.
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko died. Why did I have to survive? And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
That's not the problem.
It's really not, yeah.
Damn it.
He uses her magic to
Tell me
win
you've
the
given
argument.
Himiko, don't give up.
Right now, she's doing it.
Don't you understand?
Reverse psychology.
My life is riding on the outcome of this trial.
Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just a big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko!
Suchi as well, he did act like that a bit during Trial 1. Yeah, a bit. You're not wrong.
Himiko not that kind of person. Gonta can tell by Himiko's face.
I mean,
Himiko's a
I'm inclined to agree with him.
slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
It's true.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
We having a debate scrum?
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
Even if it is, you know, hey, Kyo, even if she did kill Tenko, we need to find who killed Angie. That's the important thing right now. Good contributing, Meg Turney.
No, is not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth. So no give up, Himiko!
Why would he be trying so hard to frame Himiko if he must have killed both of them, right? Because there's no way he'd be trying this hard, because Monokuma explained it's first come, first served. The second one doesn't count if it's somebody different. So why would he give a rat's ass? Because he's not going to die. Even if they vote for him, everyone dies. Honestly, at that point, if it was a different killer, I'd be like, alright, fess up. I know it's going to look bad. I killed Tenko. That's a shitty thing to do. I see that. I was trying to get out of here, piggybacking off another killer. I didn't kill Angie, though. So, we gotta find who killed Angie. Mystery solved, I killed Tenko. That's what I would do in the hypothetical situation. We can't give up. We survived. We can't give up for the sake of everyone who died. Well, it's not a scrum. It's just a debate. Cage Child sound whole bloody Kokichi. Bloody Kokichi. Oh yeah, that would, yeah. Who's investigating the neighboring room from the sand cells? He stepped through one of the floorboards. Room also had a part of the crosspiece cut off. Yep.
Room was Himiko's decision, was it not?
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle one? Because you laid your trap.
Hey, cats, what's up?
Was Trap only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped too.
Yes, I agree with that. Bang.
I agree.
There you go. You're in the middle of one of the 2 trials of the century. I don't know if it's the same trial or not.
It's just like Gonta said. Each room was the same. They were all trapped.
I don't know if this counts as 1 or 2 trials.
What? Is that true?
Kokichi will tell you.
Fucking goddamn it.
I was way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh, Kokichi. I guess there was no crosspiece supporting the floorboard, so I kind of stepped through. Ah, what bad luck.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on! There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
It's true.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
Yeah, again, pretty sure it's Kyo at this point.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
Darn that handsome and talented culprit, whoever it could be. Remember that bit where the guy's in the hot dog suit and he's like, yeah, any one of us could have done it. That's Kokichi right now. I'm sorry, Kyo right now. Finish trial today or tomorrow. If you finish it today, you'll most likely go beyond your usual streaming time of 3 hours. How much longer would that take?
Especially you!
As I do have plans later today, so if it's not that much longer, I might hang around.
Himiko.
Otherwise, I have something later to do today, so I might have to... Who died? Tenko and Angie. This is trial 3.
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
Right now, we're discussing Tenko's murder. Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Please.
Live life facing forward.
You just
She said
realized
that to you,
something.
right?
What'd you realize there,
Or
Cats?
living, You'd be betraying her memory.
Did you realize you in fact
all
love
trying to
cats?
keep our
Because let me
promises
tell
to
you,
the dead.
that was heavily advertised. I knew that already.
This trial, it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well.
Except for, like, Ryoma, he kind of just died. Every third trial, 2 people die. Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
You think Chunsoft would, stop doing that? It's gotten predictable at this point.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I
A bit,
did
like maybe
here,
somewhere to half an hour to
I
an hour.
wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tinko.
We'll see.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Because I kind of, like, the stream is ending in half an hour. I kind of need to be somewhere an hour after that. So I really don't have a lot of time
I'm
to
not
spare.
gonna say it's a pain anymore. I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
Do not say everyone. After all, the Blackened is still among us.
Because if I finish the trial, I'm going to have to wade through all the fucking explanation of why they did it, and ooh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done it, etc., and then the execution. I think I can start, tomorrow's stream with an execution. That'll get everyone perked up and cheerful, right?
Jeez, there you go. Killing the mood like usual. But damn, well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul, bro.
Alright. Probably a lot of fanfics about these two.
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
Ahem, excuse me.
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards...
That's fair.
Isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Yeah, almost like, somebody was setting up a seance there. It's like, hey, don't step in this.
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic. Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
Why did no one step on the floorboard until it was used for the murder? That's it. That must be the reason. There was a seance happening. We're gonna have the, I suppose the seance isn't, just a caged child, I guess? Yeah. And who knows about barrier magic? Himiko! Yep, there's also the whole post-trial pre-execution stuff as well. Yeah, I think I might save that for tomorrow. Doesn't seem related. Okay, I know it's the seance. What piece of evidence do I need to throw at you to prove it's the seance? Because I assumed it would be, like, the caged child. No, that wouldn't be it. Okay, yeah, that would be it.
This is it!
There you go. The magic circle itself.
It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime.
Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. The magic circle is broken, so not only will the seance fail, it may also unleash a curse.
Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle. The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trick.
I wonder where the dried blood came from, though.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
That's right. In that case, then the culprit. There's no doubt in my mind. There's the one who Okay, it's this guy.
It has to be you.
Yep. Now, whether or not he killed Angie is a separate matter.
Kyo. Was it you?
Because he's not a member of the student council, so I don't know how he would have fucking gotten in there.
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
Kyo?
Why do you suspect me?
It's pretty fucking obvious, actually.
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle. The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick, but that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle.
Certainly was. I figured it out once it was between the cage and the sheet, because he's literally the only person that could have done that.
In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder.
Kyo knows barrier magic. Yes, the magic is a cage.
Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
I mean, at least in that diagram, I agree with everything that they drew, unlike the stairs in the last diagram.
Well, Kyo?
Answer already! Did you do it?
What is so funny? I was just thinking. So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An intriguing experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes?
That would be what we are suggesting, yes.
So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
With your foot. What?
I see. That is problem.
I don't... Why? Huh?
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
How can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I don't get what he's asking.
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
Culprit stepped on the exact floorboard, even in the darkness. How did they move around in total darkness? In a room that dark, it's hard to imagine the culprit found the right board. Although, even after I put out the candle, I can move along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
Did you figure it out?
That's it. The culprit didn't have to see it all. They used... Okay, well, that was a stupid answer. You're right. That's on me. Hearing? He heard us singing, so he could have, like, navigated, I guess? I don't fucking know. Nope. I'm very dumb. Don't worry, everyone. I'm quite dumb. It's probably not smell. I mean, for God's sakes. There's salt everywhere. Touch?
That's it! The culprit used touch. They didn't see. They felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw
Smelled
in the middle of
Tenko's
the room?
sweaty pits. That
Gota
wouldn't have
doesn't
led you to
think
the
he was
board.
near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right?
Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
I mean, there was the circle. No, I'm sure there was something. A landmark they could have used to determine where the floorboard was. Must have been at the scene. I know it. Great, more hangman. What you got for me? Metal cage, right? Well, metal is correct. I don't know what the fuck the second word is. Oh, magic circle, maybe? Yeah, okay. Magic circle. Metal is correct. Well, it's a 5-letter word that started with M, alright? Cut me a break. Can I get an R, please, to fucking save my life here? There's one. There we go.
I see now.
That was a 5-letter word that started with an M. Metal could have worked. I thought he used the metal cage.
Magic circle.
Like, stumbled forward until he found the cage, and he's like, oh, alright, I'll just maneuver around this.
Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
I don't believe you.
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
A circle. Yeah, checks out.
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
No, but you had lines.
So what?
When the room was darkened,
Meat
each
on the
of us
bone.
was in a corner of the room, yes? The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it.
But you're talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
Yeah, it had lines going to each person. I remember that.
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
So which is it? Is there any way to check?
Not anymore. The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
Another piece of the puzzle. Drawing a circle with salt all, but guaranteed it would be temporary. The investigation itself would have gotten rid of evidence. Clever.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
Do you have photographic eyes now?
We don't have any way to check it now.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Yes, Kibo, by all means.
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Hey, may I have your attention?
That's a good way to get attention.
I said cut that out! It's too bright!
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
About
Got the attention.
I had Neo add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
what the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that purpose!
Please, let me use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
Alright, so what is this function?
It's an image recording function.
Okay. Image recording.
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory.
Yeah.
I'll give it a try.
What function was she referring to?
Ready?
Sure.
From your mouth?
Where else would it come from?
Also used magic like that before.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Okay, got it.
I reluctantly took the paper from Kibo's mouth. What? He was still talking to you with it jammed in his mouth? Why? Kibo, why would you do that? Yeah, no, there's clearly corners there. Some magic used,
Well,
seance.
Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Notice anything? What could it be? Fucking, it's a mystery what it could be, I wonder.
There!
Really needed me to point
This
that
helped
one
a
out,
lot,
huh?
Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kyo's lie.
My lie.
Yes.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie, isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners.
Kibo really fucking kicked open the door and said, "Look at this photograph!"
Which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
What a goddamn Chad. Chad Kroger.
Document after all.
Alright, that's the end of that bit.
Oh, because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Hey, where's my things? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Yeah, what the hell was that about?
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health.
How do you mean?
Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds.
What?
You're what? Why?
Hey, I agree with you.
Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality.
Yeah?
Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's
Well,
natural beauty, so...
That goes without saying.
See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan!
Quit talking about your poop. No one cares.
She has a point, actually.
Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
I want him to be like, yeah, no, I totally killed her. What's this about the poop now? That's way more important.
So, Kyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are fiction.
Are they? Are they really, Kyo?
Well, since you've given me the option, I will most certainly object. To be
Damn!
honest, it's
Rookie mistake.
unimportant,
Don't give him the
but it
option.
may be an amusing diversion.
Unimportant.
Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
Huh? Yeah. You'll be doing a lot of huh, what face in this game. That's fair. Huh, and then what face. Marker Stone, Iron Cage, White Sheet, Dog
If you are going
Statue.
to claim I am the culprit,
Hiya! Whoop, shit.
then what of the murder weapon?
What about it? It's a sickle.
It was set up in the cave.
Yes.
The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carry the cage.
No, you
So
set up the
suspicion
sheet.
should fall on them.
True, we could have placed the sickle
Pipes
there, but
being
we could
turned
not have
on, full of
removed it
water.
later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the sickle was Himiko.
I don't believe you.
The only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi.
I don't
But
believe
in
you.
regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it.
True,
I
you
had
did
no
not.
opportunity to touch the sickle.
Don't believe you.
Oh, cut through your words.
That's literally, it was the sheet, it's how I figured out it was you. I've been waiting to use that sheet against you this whole
The
time,
only
you slick
person who could
bastard.
have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo.
Hopefully that, those pipes being turned on isn't too noticeable. They stopped anyway, so, you know,
That
doesn't
was
matter.
done by covering the cage with a white cloth. You could have secretly placed the sickle when you draped the cloth.
Indeed.
And retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth.
Also indeed.
Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
Alright, well, you made it creepy now. It was always
Correct?
creepy, but...
Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Oh, Jesus.
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much. Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma.
Here
But
it comes.
unfortunately for you, that won't happen.
Yep. I knew it. It wasn't him.
Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
What you talking about, kid?
Yo, sick goddamn, what is it? All in the Family reference? Wow, 2017, huh? Timely. What you talking about, Willis?
You still don't understand?
Oh, that takes me back. I said that shit in like 2nd grade. That was when it was timely. Jesus. Oh, a callback for me.
I killed Tenko. That is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class
Honestly,
trial.
of everyone here, he is the weirdo who'd be like, yeah, I killed her, but I didn't kill Angie. So it's pointless. He is that weirdo. He would absolutely be that way.
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
That's right. What happens to the votes from 2 blackened candidates? I have an answer. It's first come, first serve.
You see, I killed Tenko. but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue. Because the Blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
Unfortunately, he's right.
Trivial issue?
Alright, look, the phrasing needs work, but Himiko, we really need you to focus up right now.
No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
Right.
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
Watch it be Tenko who murdered Angie, and then we're just gonna punish, you know, Kyo anyway.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
Unfortunately.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
How about we discuss this
Of course I understand.
with a scrum debate?
Hey, why are you getting all worked up?
That's true, we haven't had a scrum debate.
Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer?
He does have a point.
Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Why would he kill them both, honestly, at that point?
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
Mm-hmm. We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
Probably.
Nuts to that. Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit.
Himiko, frankly, there are a bunch of other people who aren't Kyo that could have killed Angie. Well, yeah, but she's currently quite angry.
There's sort of no other way to look at it.
Really, there's a lot of
it's
other
too
ways.
dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
Obviously, yes.
Culprits, one of you!
The culprit's one of you!
Argument is getting intense!
Yep, scrum debate, let's do this.
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
Alright, 7-9 is Kokichi confirmed. Kyo confessed to killing Tenko, but insisted he didn't kill Angie. Won't forgive you, Kyo, for what he did, but we can't vote until we know the facts. So, there's two possibilities. Tenko killed Angie, in which case I imagine Kyo's the one who's going to get killed here in an execution, which would be poetic, certainly, and make this a lot easier. The harder answer would be that somebody else killed Angie, and then we kind of have to just live with the fact that Kyo's around having murdered somebody and got away with it, but isn't gone from the school yet. Which would be very weird for the story, so honestly, I have no idea which way it's gonna go. Split opinion. We got the scrum debate. This is really cinematic and cool. I kind of love the scrum debates. You think Gonta feels bad that he's all the way down there? Oh great, I'm on this side with Kyo.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
The lab.
Anyone could have entered my lab.
Nope. That was wrong.
Katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Oh, there it is.
Anyone could have entered my lab.
Got that one.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he's not Blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second Blackened we need to find.
Got that one.
Planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
You knew about the... Why are you on their side,
Not
Maki?
possible. That rule was added after both murders.
I
Solved the
do...
mystery of Tenko's death. Can't we just vote now?
I do like the image of
Not yet.
Monokuma just like
Still another
grooving.
mystery to solve.
Meanwhile, I'm pointing at
Tenko and
like
Angie!
Kyo to handle this argument when he's a murderer. That's very weird to me. Why aren't we when we aren't consistent, our points look weak. I got the majority.
Tenko and Angie.
Angie, right? Ah.
I got this, but he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
He
Fuck.
forced his way into Angie's
I got this.
There you go.
But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
Did the same goddamn thing.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Yep, there you go.
Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he's not blackened?
Kokichi.
At least it
Perhaps there's a
remembers
second
the
blackened
correct
we need to
answer.
find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
It's true.
We solved the mystery of
I got this. Not yet.
So
There's
I need
still
to
another mystery
cut to
solve.
Kibo. Wow, even in this I ignored Kibo.
Kyo killed Tenko.
It's weird that Mako is on his side though.
Kibo.
Or yeah, the
We
side.
don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
Really weird that Maki's on
Forced
the
his way
other
into
side.
Angie's research lab and killed her.
I got this, but he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
Music's fucking hype though.
Katana was found in Kyo's lab.
And Kaito as well. How come of the trinity that is Kaito, Maki, and myself, I'm the only one that understands what happened here?
Tenko, but he's not blackened?
Kokichi. Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect
A
himself.
weird
all
pattern
along.
for the Scrum debate.
Kyo.
Like Kaede, her portrait
That
is
rule
always
was
on
added
Suichi's side.
after both
All of the
murders.
dead people are on my side. It's oh no, there's one over there.
I got this. Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
I think Angie's portrait is over on their side for whatever reason. Oh, yep. You know, they don't need to play a quick time event when they beat me, I bet. Yeah, of this team, it seems like I'm on the losing team, because Kibo's on my team, so I'm already a loser. Kokichi, who fucks with people, is on my team. The actual murderer is on my team. What a team!
And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Very odd.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit. But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene. I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Take out the outlying piece of evidence at Tenko's murder scene. The dried blood, yeah? That would be... that one.
This is it! The blood stain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Is that Tenko's blood?
That bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also dry.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it.
There you go. Some other fun patterns. Kaito's team always has more people. Kaito and Kokichi are never on the same side. Huh. Interesting. Those are interesting.
But the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Well, that's weird. Why was that bloodstain the only dry one?
Bloodstain on the floorboard was dry because happened before. Well, obviously, it was there before Tenko was killed. Again, obviously, I thought it was from the investigation. The air was dry. It was there before she was killed. Okay, well, I mean, look. Bloodstain was far.
I was wrong.
Surely before the seance and before she was killed are the same because she was killed during the seance, right?
That's it.
Like, give me a break,
Bloodstain
game.
wasn't from Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
Before the seance?
That should make it clear whose blood it was. Bloodstain. Well, yeah, it's Angie.
That's it.
Duh. She was beamed over the head,
That
remember?
bloodstain wasn't Tenko's. It was Angie's.
Before being stabbed with a katana.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
We don't know.
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research lab?
Just because we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities. We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Okay, why?
Did Angie have business in rooms?
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
Oh, Kyo, you're in on so many of our jokes.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Angie left her lab on her own and was headed to the room where she was killed. Is Kokichi's statement true, or... Oh god, what am I looking for? Hung upside down, the gold leaf, the Necronomicon,
The Art
the
Research
cage
Lab.
child.
Is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
Whoop,
She
my
left
bad.
her lab
I meant
on her
to
own?
But
shoot.
why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles.
That's it!
Oh,
She wanted a candle!
she did, the Necronomicon.
Keep herself awake at night.
Really? Effigy, material, deceased. Sprinkle the ashes. Yeah, you need to burn it. So she probably wanted to grab one of the candles. Okay, that's fair.
She would drip hot wax on her body.
Typical
That
Mew.
sounds like something only you would do, Mew.
You think so? I can agree with that. Anyway, ahem.
The Art Research Lab.
Agree with Meg
It's not
Turney.
where
With
Angie was
what?
killed.
What do I shoot to agree with that?
She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle!
I agree.
There we go.
That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Yeah, for kinky wax play.
Why are you alive?
No. Angie was going to use it for the ritual. According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead.
Forgot I could move the camera around. After preparing the effigy, burn the ashes. Caution, use caution, be mindful of carbon monoxide.
Then did she
I
secretly
forgot I can
candle
totally
so she
just
could burn the book?
move the camera around like that. Anyway,
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab. So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
what was the culprit doing in the empty room? Oh, they probably followed her. Naked gray guy.
White blood under floor.
We meet again. When will your crimes end?
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held. Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance. If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's
job,
bloodstain
Himiko.
under the floorboards.
Great.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be a Tua's will.
It is weird that Angie went to the middle one. Because why not go to the closer room? Ah, well, whatever.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Fair enough.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that as fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab? Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab?
That's a good point, actually.
It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
It can, but, you know, I doubt we had a vacuum pump just laying around.
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room. She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
Means culprit attacked her twice, and I have evidence of that. Yeah, it's the Monokuma file. Well, oh, fuck you! Fuck you! What do you mean there's... What?
Damn it!
The Monokuma file says a blow to the head and one in the back of the neck. You. I clicked it again by accident. Alright. Bull fucking shit, but more importantly... Yep.
This is it!
Wow! Vacuum might have been in the warehouse, perhaps.
The fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from a katana.
Oh god, if only the Monokuma could have told us that. Let's check the Monokuma file real quick. That's the map. I'm very bad at clicking. Victim's body was discovered, time of death. Killed with a fatal wound, additionally lacerations on the forehead. Wow! You're right! There's no way we could have known she was attacked twice from that! Clearly, I'm the asshole.
But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma. And I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I want to get to the next minigame and be done there.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow.
Angie's ex.
Ha! It's all clear now. Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab, and it was there
Angie's
that
ex
the
is pretty
culprit
good.
Finished her off.
The wings and the halo, it's pretty good.
All clear. This is all clear.
Alright, we're gonna expand on that later because I feel like he's about to fucking throw us into something else. So, I'm gonna save here. Normally I'd run a bit longer just to finish the trial, but like I said, I actually do have plans later tonight. So tune in tomorrow for the thrilling and exciting conclusion to this mess of a goddamn trial. God, it's all over the map. I don't... Maybe it is Kyo, maybe it's someone else, maybe it's Tenko. Who fucking... I am lost. I am a goddamn menu for Benihana stuck behind a refrigerator because I have been long forgotten lost. Let me tell you. Anyway, thank you everyone for your support. Talk to you later, shrewd negotiators, and all that good jazz.